जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. If we want to have a great high jump, 3 meters, and if we try ourselves, we will fail. Then we take help of the pole vault and come with it, fix it in the soil. With the help of the spring action of that pole, we go up to the required height, cross it and throw the post. We don't carry it to the other side. Exactly the same way. We are having the problems of mind. So mind has to be taken care of by the mind. See? And therefore, here some data given. Dvaita vrittishu aluptasu brahma bhatina chetasaha. When the duality is still maintained, then we can never have the correct understanding or experience of the ultimate or the absolute. Bhatina chetasa. Then ataha nashayata sarva. Therefore, all the thoughts, when they are subsided, the thought-free experience is God realization. Therefore, spiritual practice is don't entertain too many thoughts. Is nothing to know about anybody. Nowhere to go. Nothing to gain. It is not a pessimistic cry of a frustrated person, but it is an expression of the truth. Therefore, sarvopadravayonischa ahankruteraaspadam manaha. Sarva upadrava yoni. All the upadrava, all the problems. What is the source yoni of that is ahankara aspadam manaha. The notion of I. Be very attentive. If we stand in front of the wall, our reflection is not seen. If we stand in front of the mirror, reflection is seen. So, in front of wall, only wall. But in front of the mirror, mirror plus our own reflection. So, in place of the mirror is the vritti, the thought. And in place of the wall is the prana, indriya, etc. So in the manomaya kosha or vijnanamaya kosha, the consciousness reflects as chidabhasa, like our face reflects in the mirror as reflection. So now the thought is having two contents. One is the thought with respect to a particular object, and in that object containing thought, there is a reflection of consciousness as chidabhas. Then a principle called the asmita tattva, meaning the sentiency happen. Mind by itself is inert. But when it is containing in its womb the reflection of consciousness, then the same mind which is inert becomes enlivened. So for enlivening of the mind, reflection of the consciousness in the mind or the thought is necessary. And it happens only in the mind, not in the prana, body, etc. If this is clear, then sarva upadrava yonescha ahankrutehe. When this happens, it is here the notion of asmita means I-ness. See? The notion of I is born. Only in the mind there is no notion of I. Only in Paramatma there is no notion of I. See? Only the man, there is no samsara. Only the woman, there is no samsara. When man and woman come together, then a fictitious personality is born called as husband. What do you call? Husband. It was a slip of tongue. So, out of man who is inert, happy, relaxed, when the reflection happens in the woman as a husband, now this man becomes enlivened. And then uthao is. See? So, ahankara vinashetu. Therefore, what we have to recognize, we have to get rid of this ahankar. Now, understand what is ahankar, therefore? Man is Brahman, and reflection of the man in the wife is husband. So this husband is ahankar. So man is not miserable, woman is not miserable. It is this husband who is miserable. Can you separate out man from the husband? This is husband, this is man. No. See? Why? Because there is no separate entity called as husband. See? How important. Now, take an example. Stand in front of the mirror, one reflection. 2 mirrors, 2 reflections. 3 mirrors, 3 reflections. N mirror, N reflections. So have I become many? So the manyness is on account of the upadhi, the conditioning through which I is expressing. In the same manner, one Paramatma expressing through every thought as the Chidabhasa, there the I or the ego is born. Therefore, ahankara vinashetu. And when we are able to destroy this ahankar, now be attentive. How will you separate the reflection of the moon in the water? How will you separate the reflection from the water? You are seeing that. So put a fishing net, take it out. It won't come. But it is seen, but it won't come. In the same manner, this ego is nothing like an object. It appears, it is useful, but it is not real. See? There was a marriage and 2 parties. The bride's party and the groom's party. Not broom, what do you call? Groom. Slip of tongue. So, bride's party and the groom's party. Now in this bride's party there was one person, his name was Narayan. Anything that is required in the commotion of the marriage, Narayan, where is the matchbox? Yes, it is here. Narayan, where is that? He is there. Very handy. You ask him and things are given. Slowly he won over the confidence of all the people from that bride's party. And then he went to the groom's party. And there he started same thing, supporting, helping, everything. So he won over the bride as well as the groom party. Marriage went up very well. After that, they were sitting together for pan tamaku. And the groom's party people said, see that person Narayan from your side, he really helped us, or else, this marriage would have been a big mess. What? That Narayan is not from our side. We thought he is from your side. Because he helped us also. Because of his help, we could conduct the marriage so easily. He is not from your side? No. He is not from your side? No. Inquiry started. And when inquiry was going on, Narayana became alert. He has collected all the jewelry, everything, and he disappeared. Then the question is, where is Narayan? Where is Narayan? Where is Narayan? See, friends, so this jiva or ahankar, he draws from both sides. Independent existence is not possible. See, therefore, this ahankar can be destroyed only by inquiry. We cannot do anything because he is so helpful. See, friend. Therefore, ahankara vinashetu. And when you inquire who is miserable, then you will come to know the one who is miserable doesn't exist anywhere. See, my friends, therefore, ahankar, there is nothing like an object or a personality. It's just an appearance. Now to make this point, one more example. One girl who was divorced, she came to me and she said, Swamiji, my mother has asked me to talk to you. I said, tell your mother, I am not interested in getting married to you. Swamiji, not like that. Then like what? There is some function in our family and my mother told you cannot remain for this function because it is only for the Saubhagyavati ladies, married ladies. Now, you are not married, so how can you come? Now the question came, after divorce, the girl becomes widow or not? Because husband didn't die. So she asked, Swamiji, please tell me. Then I became Gambhirananda. I said, look here, I have studied all the 4 Vedas, studied every page, found nowhere answer to this question. After divorce, whether the girl is vidva or not vidva. Who dies? See? So what is this girl or the wife or the husband? They are non-existing useful entities. Therefore don't become serious about them. In one old family, the husband died. He was smart. In old days, smart people die earlier and dumb remain behind. So, the husband died. Then the wife started crying. And then without him I cannot live. Oh God, why did not take me up? And husband said, thank God I left her. After that, everything was over. Then the children and everybody, 1 month over, 1 year over, 5 years over, जाने का नाम ही नहीं ले रही. Not planning to leave. Then finally they asked, Mama, when Papa died, you told you cannot live without him. Program change हो गया क्या? See, friend, don't become serious in life. We all have to go through good and bad experiences. Take them in the light of wisdom. So you will go through the miseries, you will have the experiences of the miseries, but you will not become miserable. This is the secret of study. That is the moksha. Ahankara vinashetu manonasha prasiddhati. Therefore, when this ahankara disappears, meaning what? We do not give a status of reality to this ahankara. Yesterday probably I told you, again I am telling. You cannot stop reflection happening in the mirror. So it is your choice whether you take the reflection as real or not. In the same manner, you cannot stop body identification happening, and you cannot stop asmita or the ahankar tattva manifesting. You cannot stop. Now the question is, whether you take this as real or not. So once we are clear about this, see, then we will come to know we are all miserable by our choice. Miseries may come, but you choose, exercise your freedom not to be miserable. See, friends. Therefore, ahankara vinashetu manonasha prasiddhati. Manonashe hi ahankara nasha sanjayate dhruvam. Therefore, when we are entertaining too many thoughts, too many themes, then the ahankar becomes stronger and stronger. But if we are entertaining minimum not I themes, relations and possessions, don't get entangled in too many things. काम से काम निकालो. Then, in due time, we will slowly be out of this catch of the mind. And therefore, sarvopadrava yonesha ahankar ahankrite aspadam manaha ahankara vinashetu manonasha prasiddhati. Manonashe hi ahankara nasha sanjayate dhruvam. If you have the water in a container, flat container, and you leave it, the sun is falling in that in the form of reflection. When in due time the water gets evaporated, along with that, will the reflection also get evaporated? And where will it go? So the reflection can happen only if there is water, reflecting media. But when, as in deep sleep, be attentive. As in deep sleep, there is no individual mind. And therefore, there is no individual ego. And therefore, there is no individual who is miserable. And that is the reason why all of us want to go to sleep. So what is the sleep? When the one common mind, Like there is one space, there is one water, there is one fire. In the same manner, there is one mind. And that one mind takes the shape of the particular body where it is manifested. And thereafter, the mind starts thinking in relation to this particular body. In deep sleep, what happens? This individuality which was created because of association with the mind, when the mind drops, the shape of the body, the individual mind merges in the total mind. And therefore, in the total mind, there is no ego. And therefore, in deep sleep, we don't suffer. But others suffer. Is their problem. Don't worry. See? That is why it is called as sound sleep. Sound for the society, sleep for oneself. See? So, ahankara vinashetu manonasha prasiddhati. When this ahankara is thus destroyed by proper understanding, we don't have to do anything. To kill the husband, we don't have to divorce or we don't have to kill the wife. Then, husband should play the role of the husband in front of the wife. What is the role? Remain always frustrated, depressed, rejected, then she will be happy. If you remain happy, cheerful, किसके साथ क्या चल रहा है? आज बड़े खुश नजर आ रहे. Even this I had to teach you. Okay. Now, sankalpanashame vahuhu sartham chittalayam buddha apunarbhavam utsadam sankalpanam manishinaha aksharam bhaswaram chahu avarnam brahmanaspadam. Sankalpa nasham eva ahuhu. Do not take any sankalpa. You remember, we told you in meditation, when you are sitting, don't take any sankalpa. What we will do after meditation? No sankalpa. So, sankalpa nasham eva ahuhu. When we stop projecting, perception is never a problem. Perception followed by projection is our creation. What is experience only up to the level of perception, we are in the God's creation. See, a boy sees a girl, perception. Both of them are in God's creation. But the boy thereafter starts projection. And thereafter our creation begins. In God's creation there is no misery. In our creation there is nothing but misery. Therefore, sankalpanashame vahu sadham chittalayam buddhaha. See? So, chittalayam. Chittam chitta vijaniyat takara rahitam yada takaro vishayadhyasaha japa ragau yatha mano. Chitta, those of you who know how to write Sanskrit or Hindi, chi rasva matra, chi, half ta and full ta become chitta, not the Punjabi chitta. Punjabi, मेरा सत्य चित्त आनंद, नो वो सत्य चित्त नहीं है, सच्चिदानंद. So the chit becomes chitta when the ta is added to the chit. What is ta? Takaro vishayadhyasaha. When consciousness is contaminated by the objectivity, then the consciousness is called as mind. Takaro vishayadhyasaha. Vishayadhyasa means what? Like suppose there is some transparent glass and it is kept on the table along with the water in it. From a distance it will appear as if the water is also colorful and the glass is also colorful. But it is not. In the same manner, this pure consciousness alone, when gives undue importance to the objectivity, it is called as the chitta. And undue importance is given because of too much of sankalpa. Keep on imagining, planning. There is no end to it. See, you must have seen many people. They are planning expert, but they do nothing in life. See? Otherwise we get lost only, ye karenge, wo karenge kuch nahi. Therefore, sankalpa nashamevahu sartham chitta layam buddha. One simple rule, our management rule I will tell you. First, plan your work. Then work your plan. Planning की planning चल रही. अरे कभी तो शादी करो. I am thinking to get married. Since how long? No, last 30 years. See? One girl told me, Swamiji, I am thinking I am getting married now. I said, very good. What is your age? Yes, I know. We should not ask ladies the girl's name, but tell me the truth. Swamiji, I am 28. I said, so early? Then you should get married when you are 82, not 28. See? Keep on sankalpa. And those who delay their marriages, they are like those people who want to buy a mobile phone but they never buy because new model. You have to draw a line thus far, not further. See? So, apunarbhavam utsadam sankalpanam manishana. And therefore, when the sankalpas are destroyed completely, then there is no problem of any kind. You are at peace with yourself. Sankalpanam, then manishana, aksharam bhaswaram cha ahur varnam avarnam brahmana padam. Then they attain oneness with the impossibly indestructible reality, aksharam paramanandam. Now all these things we told in very simple way. Do we have the experience of our absence? No. Do we have the experience of our birth? No. Do we have the experience of our growth? No. When somebody comes and calls that lady, Auntie, what is the time? Then that girl gets the first shock of her life. I am not auntie, call me Didi. Are Buddha ho? Didi. Similarly, in one marriage, there was a small child came. I was sitting with one oldie. So that child said, Dadaji, वो शादी में चलो वो आपको बुलाया है. Don't call me Dadaji before everybody. Call me uncle. Buddha. People recognize we are growing, but we don't have that experience. We are growing. So neither we have experience of birth, growth, death and absence. What more you want to do? See? If you have the experience of something bad in life, then we are afraid of that. See? I am very afraid of snakes. I had a very bad experience. Therefore, even if it is a plastic snake, I don't want to touch it. Earlier experience. Do we have the experience of death? No. Why are we afraid? See, friends. Therefore, aksharam bhasuram cha ahur avarnam brahmana padam vishodhyate yasa hema pavakena tatha manaha dhyanagnina hi nirdagdam nirmalam tata jayate. Like when the fire is exposed to the, rather the gold is exposed to the fire, all the impurity burns away and the gold becomes pure. Exactly the same way, Dhyanagnina, by the fire of meditation. But you told don't do meditation. See? This should be so simple and clear in our life. We have to remain in a meditative poise 24/7. And those who do not understand this, for them, half an hour meditation, rest of the day frustration. This happened in Germany many years before. The lady who took me, she took the Indian name Maya. And then third day, I was staying with her. And she was a little bit depressed kind of thing. So I asked her, I said, Ma, you are Maya, you make others miserable. How come today you are miserable? Swamiji, how do you know I am miserable? I said, that is a trade secret, I will not tell you. Then she said, I was the one who brought yoga in Germany. Where from? From India. I went to India and studied yoga. I got a certificate. I said, how many years course? 6 weeks. And in those 6 weeks, we used to have 2 classes per week. Then I got a certificate. And now I started here. First batch, 20 students came. They opened 20 studios. Then their student opened 20 studios. And today the problem is, in Germany, we have got more teachers and no students. Therefore I am frustrated what to do. I said, as you got the teacher from the India, you can get students also from India. See? There are many Indians, I have visited it number of times. They go to Germany to get married so that they can stay over there. See? So, we have to very clearly, distinctly understand. So her problem was, I taught meditation to everybody, but now what should I do? If you are living in meditation, you can never be miserable in life. See? It's so simple and straight. Vishodhyate yatha hema pavakena tatha manaha. As we told, we have to live in absolute alertness. 3 words you put along with your mind. Mind should be quiet, mind should be alert, and the mind should be vigilant. 3 things. Quiet mind, go to sleep. No. Alert. You are aware of things around you. Alert. And vigilant. Are we reacting in such a manner that we are depositing likes and dislikes on our mind? Or we are functioning in this world protecting the quality of our mind intact? So quiet, alert and vigilant. When our mind can maintain this quality, we are living in meditation. This is what is mentioned here. Dhyanagnina hi nirdagdham nirbalam tata jayate. See? Therefore, with this alertness, vigilance and quietness, when we live, we are living 24/7 in meditation. Otherwise, you will see, we have come across many people who are doing meditation and they are miserable. They are miserably meditating. Don't do that. Now, hereafter, we enter the 7th chapter, where what is the meaning of spiritual practice? It is indicated. Guru Ruvacha. आच्छाद्यते यथा वह्निः भस्मना च कृपाणकः कोशेन च रविर्मेघैः गर्भश्चोत उल्बेन हीरकः मृदा तल्पच्छेदनैव ब्रह्ममांसास्ति निर्वृतम्. Here examples are given. Like the fire is covered by the ash, or the silkworm is covered by its own covering, like the sun is covered by the clouds, like the garbha, the fetus is covered by the ulva, by the placenta, etc. In the same manner, Paramatma is covered by these panchakoshas. Now see what is the meaning. One example we'll take. Like the sun is covered by the clouds. The clouds are born because of the sun. And when they grow up, then who is really covered? Is it the sun that is covered, or it is our vision that is covered? But what we say the sun is covered by the clouds. In the same manner, we say Paramatma is covered by the Panchakoshas. Are Baba, the Panchakoshas are existing only because of the Paramatma. Then why this wrong thing comes? Because of your Taittiriya Upanishad. Annamaya kosha, anyontaraatma, pranamaya, anyontaraatma, manomaya, anyontaraatma, vidyanamaya, anyotaratma, anandamaya, anyotaratma. क्या हो गया? मिलता ही नहीं. We have gone deep inside. That is not the meaning. Meaning is, body is living in pranamaya kosha. Body and prana, they are living in the mind. So body is the content, pranamaya kosha is the container. Body and pranamaya kosha are the contents, mind is the container. Body is never tired. It is the mind that is tired. When you carry in a plastic carry bag, let us take a pumpkin, lift it. Who will be having tension, pumpkin or the carry bag? So simple. In the same manner, in the carry bag of the mind is the pumpkin of the body. So when we sleep, what we do? The mind drops the shape which was held for that particular body, it drops. Then the question comes, where the mind goes? The individual mind merges with the total mind. See friends, experiences happen only in the mind, not in the body. See this example, this is how I learnt it. Experiences happen only in the mind, not in the body. There was something wrong with my one big toe. So one person came, did namaskar, and he said, Swamiji, what is growing on your toe? Small red thing was growing. I said, it is a wisdom toe. Like people have got wisdom tooth, wisdom toe. I said, no, this is not a question of joke, but this is no good. Like a strawberry it was growing. He said, I am a doctor, I can remove that. I said, come. Went to his place, sat in the chair, put my foot on the stool in front. He gave local anesthesia, and after 20 minutes he came, took the rubber hammer and hit. How do you feel? I said, sentimental. Not that. Are you feeling there? I said, where? That means you have no connection with that part of the body. I said, okay. He said, you can watch your operation. So he cut it and removed the whole thing. And he said, Swami, you are lucky, everything has come out. Then I saw the cut, the blood coming out, that stuff came out. Then he started stitching. Everything I saw very clearly happening. And I thought, I am a great yogi. Now nothing pains me, for half an hour. After that, again the pain started. Oh God, give me some medicine. During that period of anesthesia, the toe was in chemical meditation. Afterwards, again it comes back. Therefore, where are all the experiences happening? Only in the mind. Nothing happens to body. See, friends. Therefore, once we understand this, so body, pumpkin, prana, bag. Body and prana, pumpkin, mind, the bag. Then all the three, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya Kosha, they are the pumpkins, and Vijnanamaya Kosha, I, is the bag. Tension is in the mind. And we say, I am very tense, because I got identified with the tension. I became tense. So where is everything? So the body is in the prana, both together are in the mind, together are in the I. Where is inside? Therefore the I is infinite. Therefore, Brahma Masati Bhivrutam. We have to change our approach. Then everything becomes simple. Yada paniyate bhasma tadagni sadhu drishyate yada brahani nirasyante tada aditya prakashate yada apanitiyate koshaha krupano drishyate tada yada staranam usrishtam tada talpo na drishyate tadaiva jnana samvare niraste brahmarodini brahma bodhena sambhava Brahma Sakshat Krutir Bhavet. Example like half a dozen, one is enough for us. Yata apaniyate bhasma. When the ash is removed, the fire is revealed. See. When the clouds disappear, the sun is revealed. But even when the clouds were there, even the clouds were seen in the light of the same sun. How can you say the sun was covered? In the same manner, when these panchakoshas are apanite, when we rise above the panchakoshas. See, how to rise above panchakoshas? Very simple technique. Bhagavan has given us 5 fingers. This world is called as prapancha. 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 5 Prana, 5 Upaprana, then 5 Tanmatras, then Pancha Mahabhutas, 5, Pachi Vistare. It is an expansion of the 5. See, everything is 5. So, we are given 5 fingers. So here is a sadhana. Be attentive. Our small finger is Annamaya Kosha, gross body. This ring finger is Pranamaya Kosha, because after putting the ring only the prana starts becoming miserable. Then this middle finger is Manomaya Kosha, the longest one, sentimental. And Vijnanamaya Kosha, the seat of I, is Tarjani. I. Therefore, when we want to scold somebody, which finger we use? If you don't listen to me, अच्छा होके आओ. We use this finger, is I. And if I had to tell, I am telling you, we don't say I am telling you, I am telling you. Here. So, Annamay, Pranamay, Manomay, Vijnanamay. Now this I gets identified with the mind which is closest. If the mind is having joy or sorrows, I become joyful or sorrowful. This I gets identified through the mind with the pranamaya kosha, with the seat of hunger and thirst. Then I become hungry and thirsty. When this I gets identified through the mind and the prana with the body, then I become man or woman, young or old. When this I is thus having association with the three koshas, this Ananda remains unattended. Thumb is the Anandamaya kosha. See? Then what is to be done? Separate this I from Manomaya, Pranamaya and Annamaya kosha. Separate. Where to put it? Surrender it to Anandamaya. This is called Jnana Mudra. It is not a snuff mudra. See? How simplest spiritual practice. Only this much. Nothing more. Separate this I from mind. Don't give too much importance to pampering the mind. See? Such people who are pampering their mind, they are constantly seeking attention. Nothing else. Then don't pamper the pranamaya kosha. I like this, I don't know. जो आता है खा जाओ भूल जाओ. Whatever you eat becomes gobar only, nothing else. See? And then come to the body, use it, but don't be enslaved by the body. See? So the body is a house where I lives. The pranamaya kosha is the power because of which there is light in the body house. Manomaya kosha is the means of communication, the fax, the phone, the other means of communication. And for whom is the body? For I. For whom is the prana? For I. For whom is the mind? For I. Now this I gets entangled in these three and becomes a slave. All the spiritual practice is separate this I and surrender it at the feet of the Lord. And this is what we do. What is sleep? We withdraw from the three koshas. Now this I is no more associated with this. And then it is surrendered at the feet of the Anandamaya kosha, Ishvara, Prajna. And therefore, all bliss. When this happens without going to sleep, that is Jivan Mukti. If the sleep happens on the way, it is sleep. It is not Jivan Mukti. Therefore, yatha apanite kosha krupano drishyate tada yada staranam utkrishtam tada dalpo na drishyate. When the sheath is removed, the sword is seen. In this manner, tatha eva ajnana samvare niraste brahma rodini. In the same manner, these wrong notions that we have, when wrong notions are removed, please know, ajnana, ignorance, is nothing but wrong notions. We have the notion that I am husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, in-law, outlaw. But actually, I am man or woman. Then I am man and woman, another wrong notion. Then I am the being functioning through the body. Then another wrong notion. How can I be the jiva? Then we find out who is the jiva. Jiva is a husband reflected in the mirror of the wife. He is the jiva. Therefore, in this husband, man is real, wife is real, or husband is real. We come to know, if there is no wife, there is no husband, it makes no difference to the man. But if there is no man, there can neither be wife nor husband. This absolute reality is our essential nature. See, friends, tatha eva ajnana samvare, when we are able to know that we are caught up in this wrong notion. And therefore you will see, other than in Vedanta, what is the spiritual practice? I want liberation, I want liberation. Vedanta tells, liberate from I, not for I. Brahma bodhena sambhavya, Brahma sakshar krutir bhavet. By thus knowing one's essential nature, only the truth is revealed. Because knowing is being. Dugdena navanitam tvam vyapakam paripashyasi tadeva lavase kintu matite payasi swayam tathana brahma shaknoshi sandrashtam charma chakshusha dhyanena drakshasi brahma sarvavyapitva asamshayam. The ghee is plentifully available in the milk, but we can't see that. We have to process the milk. Heat the milk on a low fire and then cool it. Remove the cream and put it in a pot. Again you do the same thing. And sufficient quantity of cream is there, then you put some kind of starter in that. And then make yogurt. And then take out the navanita. And then for taking out navanita, you have to go on churning. And after the churning is over, it floats up. Then take it out with your hand in a pot. This has to be done, not by a spoon. See? And after that is done, then subject it to low fire. Slowly, slowly, water will evaporate and only pure ghee, fat portion will be separated. So although the fat or the ghee is available in the milk, unless you process it, you don't get it in the same manner. Although we are essentially divine, we have to process ourselves. This processing is called a spiritual practice. See? Atmanam arnim krutva pranavam chottararnim jnana nirmatana abhyasar pasham dahati panditaha. In Kaivalya Upanishad this mantra comes. Atmanam aranim krutva, you are the jiva. Jiva is doing the sadhana. Pranamam cha uttararanim, the ultimate reality is the Om, Pranava. Then they are joined together by the rod of intellectual inquiry. And then Jnana Nirmatana Vyasar, then go on churning. And when the churning happens, because of the friction, the lower portion scoop will have heat. Now put there little bit of dry things and then the fire will catch. Exactly the same way. Associate yourself with the divine for longer and longer period, then the fire of knowledge will burn all the wrong notions. And then we come to know the one who started the sadhana, he disappeared. Only Paramatma remains. And therefore, a spiritual seeker can never be having the ego of success or the frustration of failure. On the spiritual path, there is no failure. If we learn from our failures. Tatha na brahma shaknoshi sandrashtam charma chakshusha. So like although the ghee is available in the milk, but we cannot see with our eyes, similarly Brahma also cannot be seen by our these muscular eyes. Then dhyanena drakshasi Brahma sarva vyapi tu asamshayam. So dhyana is what? Remain in awareness more and more and learn from every experience of life. This is the spiritual practice which we are practicing. Try this. Every day at least learn one thing. One thing new. Otherwise, today I learned this thing. Ditto. Every day new. And as a result, you will grow wise. Because you have discovered the truth. So, dhyanena drakshasi brahma sarva vyapi tu asamshayam. Sivyamadhehi chittam cha nirasta akela kalmasham avasadaya sandhana sambandhan manaso bhayavastubihi samulam jahi kamascha sankalpatyaja sarvashaha vinashaya akela krishna brahma dhyanayika manasaha avarnya prabha madvaitam brahma pitam tadaishasi. Now here step by step things are told. First, swiyam adhehi chittam cha. See? Nirasta akila kalmasham. First start working on your mind. And what is that? Nirasta akila kalmasham. Remove all the wrong notions. First wrong notion. I want to see God. See? Second wrong notion. I will get something if I walk the spiritual path. Third wrong notion. If I am good, people will be good. No. So, nirasta akila kalmasham. We all are carrying a huge load of wrong notions. See, I'll tell you, it happened somewhere. That family was very much dedicated to somebody, some Mahatma, and the children were exposed to the Mahatmas right from childhood. Even the Annaprashan was done by the Mahatma. When the child was born, given in the Mahatma's lap, everything was done. Samskar, everything. When the child grew up, then they expected that now we will get our son married, this thing, that thing. All imaginations of the parents continued. And they used to tell me. This happened in Dehradun. All the time talking, only one topic. That boy's name was Ashok. Now, Ashok is such a simple boy. He is not extrovert. He is straight. Only he is studying now CA in UK and he is there. Every day I had to listen because I had to stay in their house. One day for breakfast both were not there. So the servant told, Swamiji, they told you take the breakfast. I said, all right. I didn't ask why. Why should I ask? Khane ko mil gaya, bahut ho gaya. Then I finished breakfast. Lunch time again, they are not there. Dinner, they were not there. I thought they might have gone for some party, marriage, etc. I think negative. Sorry. Next day also, breakfast, they are not there. Lunch time, they came. They were in the house only. Ganga, Yamuna. And eyes red. Nose red. They were very fair. Gusur. And then I was sitting there. And then crying, Swami, what happened? You know Ashok? I thought whether he died or what. So I came. Yes, you told me about him. He phoned. What did he phone? That means still alive. He said, we are coming. He went first person singular. And now we are coming. We have selected such beautiful girls for him. And now he is married to some maddap and he is, what should we do? See this property, this big house, everything is only for him. He is the only son. Now what will we do? He doesn't want to stay in India. He wants to go back to UK. Swami, what should we do? I said, Amma, your problem I understand. Hand over everything to me and relax. Your problem is what to do with the property, is it not? I'll take care. See, friends, every child is born through us. The embodied is not created by the parents. In a womb, there was a board hanging. T-O space L-E-T, too late. And there was one ego, I.com wala. He was searching where to go. He saw one space, entered. Now what it became? T-O-I-L-E-T, toilet. Therefore we are all toilets. Friends, body is given by us. The embodied is not created by the parents. Therefore, we have no right on anybody. Relax. Celebrate your life. Otherwise, the whole life, I have done this thing, I have done that. Nobody can help you. Therefore, Sriyamadhe Chittam Cha Nirasta Akila Kalmasham Avasadaya Sambandhan Manaso Bhaya Vastubi. Therefore, don't get sambandhan too much involved in any kind of relatives. There is nothing like real, it is only relative. And manasabi bhaya vastubi. And also, too much of possession, give it up. Samulam jahi kamascha. Never live for fulfilling the desire. And sankalpachari sarvashaha. Don't go on imagining, projecting, aisa hoga, kuch nahi hoga. And thereafter, vinasha ya akhila trishna. We have to draw a line thus far and not further. We get lost. More and more we want. There is no end to it. Then, Brahma Dhyaneka Manasaha. Now we have to spend our time more and more what it is like being thought-free. I am not telling thoughtless. What it is like being thought-free. Spend time on that. The whole world, along with its contents and relations, will slowly be wiped out. The whole spiritual practice is undoing and unbecoming. Tyage neke amritatva manasha. So, avarnam aprabam dvaitam brahma pidam tadeshasi. Therefore, when you thus practice this avarnam, that which cannot be described, all effulgent, advaita brahma pidam, the ultimate reality, you will attain. Remaining we'll take in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.